Day 8 of 30 days of yoga. Welcome back.
Today we have a 1 hour yin practice, and today's meridian line and organ system we are working on is the yang pair to
The liver that we worked with on day 6.
So every organ has a pair, they're yin and yang, and if one organ is out of balance it will affect its partnering organ as well as the energy flow through their meridian lines. So working with the gallbladder today, we're just going to get started by starting to stimulate that meridian line and that organ. And so the gallbladder actually begins on the corner edges of our eyes. So we're just going to start by tapping for a few moments. So just bringing your peace fingers together. You can close down your eyes here. Just finding a gentle tap on the outer edges of the eyes. And just as we do this, I should mention you need your couple of blocks and your bolster for class today. So you can pause me here if you're not quite ready to go. And so just tapping here with the intent to wake up the gallbladder. I'm just coming down to the cheek slightly. There's also a second branch that comes from the cheek. Maybe you choose to just massage with that tap up and down the side of the face. Just going for another 30 seconds. And then when you feel ready, just slowly making your way down onto your back, taking that option of bolster under the knees. And just knowing too, I may not always be holding the pose with you. I'll be looking at my notes, watching the time as well. So if you do look up on the screen and see me not in the position I got you into, don't copy me. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. So bolster under the knees, arms out nice and long by your side. Shuffling around as we need. As the aim here in yin is always to become still. When we become still, we can start to deepen that sensation of feeling into the energy moving through the body. So maybe we can sometimes make the physical body still, apart from the muscles, obviously working the breath. But internally there's lots of movement always going on. Our heartbeat, digestion working, blood flowing, and then that subtle energy moving through us. So by bringing what we have control over into stillness, we start to sense and feel what we don't physically have control over. And as you spend moments here in this stillness, can you start to zoom in on that, to notice what's going on internally in your body. And starting to connect with the gallbladder line. The gallbladder is located in the torso towards the right, near the liver. And the function of our gallbladder is to control the flow of bile. And bile aids digestion by helping break down the fats. So here, just starting to journey through the meridian line of the gallbladder. And again, maybe you see this line as a light that you start to trail in your mind's eye. So the gallbladder line begins at the outer corner of the eyes and it immediately branches into two. One begins to zigzag along the side of the head, just above the ear, and travels down the side of the neck, over the top of the shoulder, under the arm, and zigzags down the side of the ribs to the hip. The other branch goes inside at the cheek and descends to the liver and gallbladder. It then joins the first branch at the front of the hip, and then as one single branch, the gallbladder line runs down the outside of the leg, the knee, and all the way down to the ankle. From the ankle, it comes over the top of the foot to finish at the big toe where the liver begins. Just connecting with this line outside of the eyes, all of the lateral side of the body practically, down the outside, internally through the torso to the front of the hips. We're beginning our first pose here on our back. We're finding a crescent moon shape. You can release the bolster from underneath your legs if it's there. Option to place your blocks to each bottom corner of the mat if you want to find a greater expression of this pose. So first option is to just walk both of your feet to the bottom right corner of the mat and finding a cross of the ankles. If you want to take it deeper, we can bring the feet on top of the block and find that cross of the ankles still. And then arms come up and overhead, right hand holds the left wrist as we gently pull that left arm to the top right corner of the mat. So we're finding a crescent moon shape or banana shape here. And just choosing where it feels good to rest the head, shifting the head from right to left. If you want to take a deeper stretch through the outer seam of the waist, of the shoulder, we can find a bind of hands to the elbows. And then here, really just letting that left shoulder become heavy. Can you keep both the shoulders grounded to the mat? Keep the left hip grounded to the mat. Opening through the gallbladder line down the lateral side of the body. Letting the breath flow steady and becoming still. the last few breaths here in this pose, you can cave in a little deeper, compressing into the right side of the body more as you open through the left. Wiggling the heels a little more to the right corner of the mat, shuffling the upper body to the top right corner of the mat. And using your breath just aid that opening of the channel down the left side. Breathing all the way down to your big toe, over the foot, outside the leg, the hip, the waist, all the way under the arm, pit. And then we exhale, release, coming back through center. Just taking a minute, realigning the body through center. Noticing any different sensations down the left side of the body compared to the right. Maybe you feel a bit taller down the left side. And you start to take this same pose over to the left. So readjusting your blocks if you'd like to stack your feet on top of your blocks. Feet walk to the bottom left corner of the mat. Arms lift up and overhead to the top left corner. And again, taking that option for hand to wrist or hand to elbows. And relaxing, letting the shoulders be heavy. That right hip really ground down heavy. Not trying to hold here. Again, for your last few moments, as your body started to release and open, for you to deepen into the left side and open more through the right side. And again, using your breath to aid that opening through the Gall Bladder channel as you take a deep inhale. And exhale, we release, realign the body back through center. Releasing any props from underneath you. Now possibly feeling a little taller overall. Maybe you can sense here in the stillness some flow of energy down the outside edges of the body. And taking it slow as you begin to gently roll onto one side and practicing that peeling sensation, letting the head be the last thing to lift as we come to rise. I'm covered in sand now. So next up we're finding a seated twist, our shoelace twist. So we've got a couple of options here. We can firstly extend the left leg out long, stepping the right foot outside of the left thigh. Then hugging the right knee in towards the left shoulder, we lift up nice and tall. And if we want to take it more into a twist here, right hand comes behind the lower back and we can start to send our gaze over right shoulder. To find a deeper expression of this pose, we can draw the left heel outside of the right glute. So nice and tangled here. Taking a nice deep breath in. And a nice gentle hug of that right knee to left armpit. And holds, keeping both sit bones grounded. Noting what parts of your body you can keep relaxed, as it's a little bit more of an active pose. So softening through your face, softening through the shoulders, letting go of any hold in the hip flexors and the glutes. If you find any discomfort through your lower back here, you are welcome to sit yourself on your block. Might help relieve a little bit of tension. And just 30 more seconds to hold here. Maybe twist in just a little bit deeper. Keeping the breath smooth and steady. And to unwind, we start to, if your head is twisted, we send the gaze forward first. The heart and chest follow. And then gently releasing the legs. We'll just find a windshield wiper of the legs from side to side, just taking the feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart and just drawing the knees from one side to the other. And we're moving straight into the second side. So again, first option is we keep the under leg long, so left leg extended long. We step the right foot outside the left thigh. This time left arm is drawing, no, I'm doing the same side again. Right leg is long. We're stepping left foot outside the right thigh. Right leg is drawing left knee in towards the right armpit. We can stay facing forward, or we can start to take our twist. Left hand can ground behind, creating a second spine for support here. And again, if you wish to deepen this posture, we bring the right foot outside of the left glute. Taking a big breath in. And then exhale, we twist and hold. final 30 seconds here. Be aware of breath. Notice if you can deepen into your twist, maybe that left knee draws closer towards right armpit. And then releasing, sending gaze forward first, let the heart follow, and then unravel through the legs. We find our windshield from side to side. And when you feel satisfied, making your way to a rebound on your back. Nice deep breath in, releasing through the mouth as you exhale. Ourselves to slowly move back to a seated position to make our way into our mermaid pose. So again, we roll slow and slow as we can. We don't rise with our brain, we let the brain be heavy as we press up from the earth with our hands. So scrubbing your bolster or your cushion and placing it along the width of your mat. We're drawing the left knee up towards the bolster and we're extending the right leg out long. This feels a little bit icky with your knee. You can grab one of your blocks and place your block underneath the knee to support the leg so you can allow it to relax completely. And then we're bringing the bolster into the left side waist, extending the left arm out long, dropping the left cheek down, and then releasing the right arm up and overhead. So really opening down that right gall bladder channel. And at any time throughout this pose, if you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can start to roll and open your heart up towards the sky, let the head hang, and just let that right arm fall up and overhead. And so the consciousness of this channel, of this organ, the gallbladder, relates to emotional and psychological feelings or experiences of anger, assertiveness, commitment, confidence, courage, decision making, fidelity, flexibility, mobility, motivation, movement, regulation, release, speaking up, and strength. And starting to strengthen that awareness muscle, noticing throughout these gym practices over the next 30 days what stories are playing through your mind. When the mind drifts, let it go, but then just take note. Being the detached witness of the workings of your mind just for 1 hour, just observing your own self. And maybe when you hear these psychological emotions and connections to these meridian lines, maybe these stories are actually the story of the organ coming up, if they're stories from the past, or maybe concerns of the future. You can start to maybe read what your body is trying to tell you. You've got just 1 more minute here in your mermaid if you do wish to start to open deeper through the heart, through the sideways, by rolling the heart up towards the sky, the ceiling. And then we gently release, finding a rebound on our belly. Again, if that's not for you, you can find your back, but we're going to press the bolster up into the front of the hip, so compressing where the channel runs through the front of the hip. And dropping one cheek down to the mat as we outstretch the arms long. If you have your head turned to one side, balancing out as we drop the right cheek or opposite cheek down. Transition onto the other side, hands come beside the ribs, we press from the earth, coming back to lift. So you can choose to just continue to roll, maybe facing away from the camera, making this little movement as you need to transition between our poses. This time we're drawing the right knee up towards the bolster, the left leg extends out long, we can place the block underneath the knee. And we're draping the right side of the body over the bolster. Right arm extends out long. We reach left fingertips up and overhead, maybe leaving some bolster length behind you if you want to roll open through the heart. We've got 2 more minutes here. If you haven't already, maybe again chest starts to roll open, that left arm starts to become heavy, to let the head hang. And when I say let the head hang, just making sure it's still grounded to either your arm, the earth, or a block under the head. As a snail, we roll back onto our bellies, again taking that rebound of the bolster in front of the hip creases. Extending arms out long, dropping the head. And balancing out the head if needed, switching to the other side. Beside the rib cage, we lift from the bolster nice and slow as we move into one final pose before we make our way onto our back. So finding your seat, choosing a block underneath your seat if you know that feels better for your lower back. And we're extending our right leg out long and drawing the left foot inside the right thigh. Grabbing a hold of your bolster, placing your bolster over the right hip, or no, we're going to keep it over the right hip in this direction, and we're finding a side body fold over the right leg, so just letting that right arm hang. We reach the left arm up and overhead. Now here we can ground the left hand into the right. We're not going to hold here for too long, it gets pretty intense. Or if you do have the space, you can release your bolster and release maybe elbow to the floor to catch the hands, or maybe you find that connection all the way down to the toe. We're trying to keep the heart open towards the sky. Always the option to bring the hand to the back of the head or the hip to keep that opening of the chest. Releasing any hold through the left glute. Releasing any urge to push or pull. Letting the body flop and fall. minute. Gently exiting the pose, maybe the heart rolls first forward over the leg, over the bolster, then coming into rise. Moving straight to our next side, a left leg comes long. You draw the right foot in towards the left thigh. Readjusting your props as you need, so bolster can come over hip crease, or block can come underneath us, and we find that drape over left leg, up and over with right arm to side of head, to the hip, to left wrist, or maybe binding with our toe. Last minute, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the glutes. Again, we drop the chest first, rolling out of your side fold, rising to your seat, and then making your way down onto your back. Choosing legs long, knees bent, legs over, bolster, whatever feels good. Taking any final movements to be comfortable in your rest on your back. And just finding 3 conscious breaths to sink the body deep into the earth as though you're lying on a beach with me. You can start to feel the sand mold around the shape of your body. Body getting heavier and heavier. And this comes to exploration of emotions of the gallbladder, of psychological experiences or perceptions of the gallbladder. We do that scan of where these words may trigger us in our body. And if anything shows up, just breathing deep into that area and letting it release out through the exhale breath. Anger. Assertiveness. Commitment. Confidence. Courage. Decisions. Fidelity. Flexibility. Mobility. Motivation. Movement. Regulation. Release. Speaking up. Strength. And breathing into all parts of you as a whole. Deep inhale. Long, long, long extended exhale. Unfortunately, our 60 minutes is coming to a close. If you do have time, please stay, enjoy maybe any sensations that are arising a lot louder in the stillness now you've opened the gallbladder channels of your body. If you need to finish your practice here, little roll out through the wrists, through the ankles, rock of head from side to side. And a gentle roll to one side first, maybe staying a few breaths in the fetal position before you come to rise into your seat. And from your seat, palms touch, thumbs draw to third eye. We repeat, I create my own reality. Bringing thumbs to your lips, I speak my truth. Bringing thumbs to your heart, I follow my heart. And sending love and light to our gallbladder and all that it does in the help of our digestion, not only physically but mentally, emotionally too. Thanking yourself for showing up on your mats. And I thank you for joining me. Namaste.